this privet that she had in the open ground, not in the open ground in this box, but it has grown through over the last number of years. She started that from a cutting and kept on growing it, so she's going to give that a good prune, and you can start on that.
I'll sit here and wait for somebody to prune it, huh?
And I'm going to work on this maple. And you would notice that it's one of those maples that has got more problems than solutions. It's a maple that we've grown in the open ground from cutting, so it most probably dates back to about 2002-2004 season. But it clearly has got a range of problems, even deciding what is front and what is back. What I will do later today is grafting on it, because sometimes we need branches, especially in that area, and we can graft them, and the type of technique that I'll do is thread grafting. So what you have here is, there's a branch coming out, I turned it back, I wired it, drilled a hole through and threaded it, and that was done last year, and this one has taken. So today I can cut back, and that thread graft is fully established. I now have a branch where I wanted it, but I still need branches in that area. There's a whole lot of clutter here at the bottom. I will most probably try and cut that out today and give the rest of the tree a good prune, but some of these long ones I'm going to leave initially because I want to thread them through and use them for the grafts. But that's a rough piece of maple. So for some of you that did take out some maples today, or take out any trees, this is taken out a year ago, and that's the type of growth that you can get in a year's time on maples. Quite a nice flow to it in terms of its trunk. And I haven't done any work on this tree as yet, so I'm quickly going to do some work just by selecting branches and tidying it up a bit.
Okay.
Over to Poppie.
There's quite a lot of foliage on this tree, so what I want to do first is just take everything off that I don't want, everything that is thick, and then prune the rest of the branches after the split back to possibly 1 or 2 internodes. So I'll just quickly go over everything. And I'll possibly need Landy to come and help prune here, otherwise this might take a whole day. If you want to, Landy.
Yeah, that's fine.
So this specific tree is Senkaki. It's a Japanese maple.
Yeah,
And especially its color throughout the year is quite nice in terms of its red twiggy branches, but it goes especially red in winter. So you will notice that I'm pruning back fairly hard to be able to create that twiggy growth, because if we leave these things out, the internodes just becomes bigger and bigger constantly. But if I prune back to there, I've got a very short internode, and that's the way we will get that dense ramification over time. Sometimes we're inclined to be a bit soft on the pruning side, and in that way we'll never get that dense ramification we want. Even on this one, we've got a whole internode up to that point in time. That becomes a bit long, where from there I know that I will get some growth. These have become a bit too thick at the top already. We'll see in the long run whether we retain them.
goodness, there's so many leaves here, you don't know where to start taking them out. I had this tree sitting in a pot just in the bonsai garden here, and the roots went through, and that's why it's so nice and healthy. somebody to help us prune quickly now. While Nandi is busy pruning that, maybe I can do a little bit of a talk on some of the small trees. I think some of you took some rough material out this morning. This is a small, like this in the showers. So just something rough and small, nice base at the bottom, nice fat trunk. So this was planted in a pot about 2 years ago. It's ready now to prune further, so I need to take some of the branches off, then wire it, style it, take it out, plant it into another pot and do some root pruning as well. So I'll probably do a little bit of that. So that's the first phase. This will be probably the next phase. After it's been pruned, there's nothing left. So this will grow the next season, and that I will leave that to grow to get the taper better. And after about another year or so, I'll prune that back again. But at least you've got a nice base to work with. This one is a little bit older. Unfortunately, I've left the wire on there, and it's scarred it a bit. But I can at least prune some of the branches off now. And then I've transplanted this last year, so it can just stay in this spot. This year, but at least the basics is all in place. We've got a lot of problems with borer, but at the same time, I quite like the borer because they help us to create a bit of character. So I tolerate the borer up to a point, and then I just inject it with that little nozzle afterwards. And if I drill it out in winter, it's really rewarding to get the worm inside and just squash it. So that was all created by borer. I just took the dead stuff out. The same with that. That's a little buddleia. Not a buddleia, a little ficus. So that was got borer in there as well. And the same with that. So it's quite a dramatic scar, but in time I think it would still heal up quite nicely.
Right, I have tidied up this tree, and this is the old stump that was left the previous year, which has now died back. I'm just trying to remove that bit by bit. Maple, as you know, is a fairly hard but brittle wood, so sometimes if you're not cautious, you can easily break some of your scissors or pruners on it. Just
we should have told our neighbour about the open day. The last year he made a big, huge bonfire, exactly on the same day. Questions on pruning? That is quite thick for the top, so you just take all the thick stuff out and then go onto that one and then reduce the next one to two internodes. Everything that is at the bottom, take that out. Everything that is sticking right up, taking that out. Everything that's in the middle of the elbow, you don't need anything there. You want all your branches to sit on the outside of the elbows. That's just a quick rule of pruning it, and then get your finer twiggy growth right to the end as far as possible.